morning.
Hey, good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing alright.
Good. Let's see here.
Just activated 5 TPTs.
Nice. Very nice. I've been running one forever since they did that little
Yeah.
thing. So I'm like, well, we'll just run one and get paid on that. I know. Yeah, the way I trade takes a little bit to get. It's a 150K, so I'm up a couple
Yeah.
thousand. I'm like, oh, we'll get there.
Alright. What is it's a 150K?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I pretty
Yeah.
much run 150Ks. I'm gonna switch to some
Yeah,
50s, but I keep them almost. I don't want to say I keep them forever, but yeah, I mean, they last me a very long time. So,
right.
you know, um, especially
Yeah.
with the way
It's
TPT set up, I should have that one for absolutely months and months and months.
hmm
Like, and same with my
Yeah, just
Tradeifys.
trading micros.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're coming back up to if we break this 200, like 190, it's gonna be pretty violent, I think.
I think so too.
But because we held that area all night, so there's all the orders.
Yeah, and we've got daily fair value
But
right at 175. It's yesterday's opening range, right there too. So we'd be breaking back into that. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, and then we chop in yesterday's range before the meeting. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm just annoyed from last night because I wasn't really trading, but I saw that big drop, and I wasn't sure how far it was gonna go. But when
mm-hmm.
it pulled back up, I got in for a little continuation, and I was instantly up like 15 points on 1 mini, and I didn't cut it because it didn't sweep the lows,
Mm-hmm.
and I I held it. It went back maybe like 10 points in profit, and I didn't cut it again, and then I ended up getting stopped out.
Okay. Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
kind of
Just dump. It's
yeah.
like, geez. Was there news or something that drove that?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't have anything that really came up on
All
like a
right,
scan or anything. We
we're holding under
did
that 220.
We did come back up on this larger time frame here, and this is just a 4-hour chart. And we did yesterday come down and retrace right to a 50 pullback for a short draw. That's just on like a 4-hour though. So here we go.
All right, let's see what happens.
Wouldn't be surprised, if we did break. I mean, we just tested that 200. If we came down and tested that 175 fair value. There we go. There's our 175 fair value test. Through yesterday's open.
I
We got buyers sitting at 140. See if it catches there at all. Nope. Just going.
yeah, I missed that.
Buyers right there. See if it catches. Obviously, I'm not just taking longs here, but just talking it through. 120 is the next spot. Well, that was a nice little open, almost 100 points right there.
Yeah, I just did not catch that.
That's all right. 10 points from yesterday's low on ES. And then I believe we tapped out right at 27,000 yesterday. So another 150 on MQ. JT.
Good morning, sweetheart.
How are you?
I'm alive. How are you?
I'm awake. So,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, if this thing looks, if this breaks 120, it's gonna keep flushing here.
Going back to the bottom of the range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the daily bias is down, but
Yeah, VIX would have to break this 19.9.
There's our fair value low on ES. Coming into those prior lows on ES also.
Prior low like 146, 147.
Yes. 146.50. It's catching at fair value low, which makes sense. We had a lot of action in that area. I mean, this is where it'd be nice to see a pullback and then further push down. If not, I'd be looking for us to retest prior day lows. I think Q has more room to go than ES, though, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to draw a volume profile off of the open here. We'll get this thing running. We're below it still. Below that point of control. Yeah, buyers still stepping in. See if that gives us enough to be like a 50 pullback on this move down. I'd take us right to the bottom of the opening range. There's your 1990 on VIX.
deviation.
Yeah, that first deviation is that target.
I'd like a pullback to go short, but to like 175. This might be valid.
Retest of fair value and that halfway back. Not quite getting that on ES. gonna take the short here. This might be good here. If we break 55. A little early for me, but this looks good now. If we break 55, haven't broken it yet. Got sellers sitting at 90. Let's see if we break back into this above this 96. ES is definitely a little weaker and hanging down there. That's half of our OR right there. This would be at least a spot you could look at as short with a tight stop loss. There goes ES. I'm going to take just one here. I'm just going to mark it in. Stop's going to be top of that OR. Again, just kind of the normal, what I've been doing right now, about a 40-point stop. And we're looking for this to come back down really to this 109 area is what we'll be looking for. So it'll be about 80 points. If we take this on the long draw here, we'd be looking for this to at least come to this kind of halfway back to this 156. So that'd be 20 points. If we had two contracts, that would be our first trim. Again, just doing one here. I believe it's worth a stab, but if we break 200 here, we might just jump right to 210. So given this kind of that room to breathe here. ES is really playing with the bottom of its OR. There's 10 points. If you like it, take it. Looking at this 55 area for potential bounce. We get to 55, I'll drag this down and lock in 10. But if she breaks that 55 to 50 area, we should see 130 pretty easily.
Order filled, anybody?
I heard one. Not me. Just sitting in it. This is right at that golden pocket from the pre-market. So would take us down to that 27.90, which still wouldn't be yesterday's low over on NQ. Should take us to yesterday's low on ES though. There's 10 points. Back to 0. There's ES starting to go. Let's see if ES can break and push for new lows. Should be good for us then. Or if ES kind of gets stuck up on a double bottom.
Yeah.
What is going on? This keeps kicking me off. Only saw 20 points. Looking like it wants to get down to 45 here. Should give us 40 points. Trail to stop a little tighter here, just to 201. There's 20 points. Trail to break even here. If we had 2, I'd be taking one right here. All right, trail, so you're locking in at least 10 here. Got buyers at 45, lots of buyers at 30. If you like this whole move, take that also. Looks like we may get tagged with 10. So I'm just trailing every 20 here. We've seen 55. I've got my buy stop at 75. This is that golden pocket to continue up. So if that holds and takes us out, we'll be looking for this to come up to the top of that OR. But I want to give this enough room right here, if we look at the really short time frame, to do a little 50 pullback close to it. So it's risk free here. There's potential, and we're out. Let's say there's potential to get to this 145 area, but you don't want to give back a whole 30 points. All right, so this is here proving out a long draw. So this could push us right up to the top of the OR to 216. It's a nice little 10-point scalp there. If this can't break above at 200 level, we may see that further move down here to 30. Just kind of chopping on that daily fair value low on ES right now. NQ hasn't broken that long draw yet. This little micro one that we're in.
What?
We're struggling to break through that 200 again. We've really hit our head on that quite a few times over here on NQ. We got sellers sitting at 210. I'm going to take this one more time. Just mark it in here at 85. Stop's going to be, we're going to set these at 215. Looking for this to get down to 130. We're going to have to break this 160 area. There's that golden pocket. If we break 210, I don't have a lot of resistance above us there, so I want to have just a little bit of room above. We're out. This is retesting the bottom of the opening range on ES right here. Break 190 and we could see 170, but just gonna hold off here. Give this a little more time to figure itself out. this larger move here. Let's see. Yeah, we're right in that golden pocket there too. I'm going to tag back in this just with my 2 contracts normal sizing. Stops are going to be high a day. So running about a 30-point stop here. If this thing breaks 170, there's lots of pretty much room back down to that 130. So I am going to put the first one at just over 170. Got our POC from this last wave at 180. And that golden pocket from open on ES also. We'll sell our wall at 225 here. I'm adding my last contract, keeping the same stop right here near. So stops are still at 228. So just getting that last one in up here. Sellers are at 230 here, so I actually want to have this just at about 232 for that stop. If it blasts through that, then there's a lot more room up, so we don't want to go through that much drawdown. So we're just right back over the OR here, or mid on ES. All right, now clear out those orders there. Shoot.
Necesito un poquito más.
Don't top check us out. That happened a couple times yesterday. If you're gonna run, let's see some movement. Continuation up then.
All right.
We do have room right to 250 here. With lots of sellers sitting right at 250. We break this 215, should see down to 200 again. So just kind of watching that. We haven't had our point of control shift up yet though. Otherwise I'd like to see us kind of get up to this 250 area. Overnight high, we are just kind of right in that golden pocket for that short, so looking at that. Let's see here, do have some buyers stepping in here.
We might be between these two ranges.
I'm kind of leaning that way, honestly.
I can't really see us going up because oil's up to 105.
Yep, I was
so
watching
oil went
that.
up like $2.
Yeah, oil's ripping. This might
I
be
tried
that
a little
range.
short there, and I took it off already. I was seeing like VIX hit resistance and oil going up.
Let's see if we break this 195. Could be good there. We would have been stopped out at damn near the top of this whole thing at 32, and we went up to 37. So that sucks, but we'll get it back. This is pretty flat on Bookmap right now. Like to see that 180 if we can break the 200. For ES, this is that halfway back right here, so see if that holds. We do have our point of control, and daily fair value is at 175. Point of control is at 180. There's our point of control right there being tested from this last wave down. Buyers sitting at 177 here. Little fib retrace. Let's see. I did not stab in out that guy, but that was a nice little 50 retrace. That should push us down. We just got to break that daily point of control right there. Typically, it's a kind of rangy day, chop day, pre-FOMC. Back over that 200 area. Just kind of playing here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being our range here, honestly. What we've just established. I have a hard, I'm with you, Chris. I have a hard time believing that we're going to keep going up with oil and VIX right now, but I guess if oil just tanked, who knows? Does not want to give up that 85. This would have been a nice entry up here, this 216, 217 area. That would have been a nice fib pullback entry. Did not do it. We do have some sellers stepping in here. we're just kind of in between two levels for me right now. So if we go down, we should go down to about 150, and if we go up right here, we should go up to about 240, 250, and so we're just smack in the middle where we've pinned our daily point of control. I lean towards us going down, honestly, right now to this 150, just being that we're in a larger fib draw on the larger time frame. There's the retest of daily fair value at the bottom of our opening range. See if we can break this 75. Then there's room right down to 50. It looks like they want to hold it right now. ES pushing up. Got VIX. Just kind of stuck in this little range that we've been in for the last about 15 minutes or so. And just really pinning the points of control right now. Break at 200, next stop would be 220, then 240. Break of that 175 area, and we would see room down to, honestly, about 130 right now, at least is what it's looking like. 150 and then 130. Breaking through that 200, let's see if this can hold. Then I'd be looking for that 220, 240. Yeah, not in anything right now. We're just kind of defending that daily point of control, looking for that to either defend and hold and see if we get this next leg up, or if this breaks down, we'd be kind of looking at this double bottom type scenario here. This basically came right down. If we do the fib from the low to the high on this session, it came right down to that halfway back. If this proves itself, it would take us right up to that 260 area, weekly anchored. Not quite towards daily fair value high. We've got that just above us at 93. What are you showing, JT? This is also the little pullback if we're looking at the short draw. And that's where we've got the sellers. It's at like this 215 to 220 area, and then 240. I don't like it right now for the shorts, just with how ES is pushing up. We take a look at VIX over here, and we're just stuck in the bottom of this range. So if VIX decides to break the 65, we'll see a push up. Right at the top of that OR on ES. There's our retest of that 220 area. Let's see if we can get up to this 240 again in Q. It's gonna put us right at that 618 of that short draw. Let's see if it'll keep chugging along. Or have we established our range for the day before FOMC? Kind of the two scenarios I'm looking at here. Back down towards that 200. Right at that 200 EMA also. I want to see how this reacts if we get to 240, 235 area. It should put us right about that daily fair value on ES also, if we get there on NQ. So 235, 240 area. Seeing how that reacts. The 170 area on ES. A bunch of sellers just sitting right there. Or if we can break this 240 area, 245. That's where we should see some continuation up. That would be amazing if we broke that, had a little pullback, and then kept going. That's what I'd be looking for the upside. Right now, just kind of waiting to see how we react. Kind of back up here at this 235 to 245, somewhere in that range. Yes, right at the top of its opening range here.
I just realized that I had my camera on.
Yeah, so I was wondering what you're showing.
I was showing my pocket.
Mm.
I heard you talking, but I was like, yeah. I mean, I kind of have the same thought process I had, to start the morning.
Chop fast.
We when we hit fair value high, I expect this to go down to fair value low, maybe, and at maximum, and that was it. So right now we're holding long draws off the low, and we proved a long draw, and now we're sitting at the POC. Actually sitting at the POC of Globex, by the way. So like all of the participants are really just waiting. I mean, you got to think about it. We got 3 majors reporting after hours and the Fed. The people off the open, they got their move down a little bit, and then we have our bounce. That's it. I'm not sure you're gonna have another trade for a bit.
Yeah.
Because I mean, why would you risk it? Why would big money risk any money in either direction at this point?
Yeah.
They have absolutely no reason.
Well,
and I think that's why you haven't seen a collapse totally when it comes to the indices, because they're kind of just waiting on that end.
Mm-hmm.
RTY and YM are definitely weaker, for the record, than, let's say, for the NASDAQ. But the NASDAQ, again, has 3 major reporting. So it's just, this is one of those things where you have to scalp. And that's the type of day we're in until the market prices in after the Fed.
Well, and we are in a long draw that's proving itself. We are in a short draw that's proving. We're just stuck between 2 draws, and we're pinning. I'm
pinning fair value.
Pinning fair value. We're pinning POCs. We're pinning the opening range. I mean, we're smack in the middle of at the top end of the OR on ES and in Q here.
So I mean, all of that being said, it's telling you to pay out. Like, no trade is a position, guys. It's a position for you to not risk your money. It's nice to put on action and get your little dopamine hit, but the reality is we don't need it right now.
I need it.
It's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm the first one to put on action, but we had the zone 8 we had yesterday.
It's just sideways here. Got every VIX moving sideways.
This is a good example of trying to find other opportunities in other assets. I just want to point that out too. Sometimes there are days where the indexes are not the mood. But like, for example, if we traded gold today,
look at that. It's just perfect right here. Came right down, golden bucket, fib target right there. I also had a nice little sell off, like off of their open here. So, there's a 60-point move on gold. That's beautiful. I mean, like just from the open. I mean, you look at overnight. My God.
Well, we sold off from the daily fair value low. Okay, after 8 o'clock, and we got a little pullback to retest if we could get back into that. It failed that, and therefore you had short draws all the way down to where we just bottomed finally, which was in between the daily downside target 1 and 2. And then we held along, and now we're hitting the fib target for that long.
Yep.
So there, all I'm saying is, like, I know I'm not saying we need to jump, but at the end of the day, like, if we know we're sitting in between two draw, maybe we weren't at the open per se, but maybe we're sitting in the middle of fair value, and we know we have the Fed and we have all these things. Look elsewhere to see if there's another opportunity. And it's okay, we missed it, no FOMO, whatever, it is what it is. But there are opportunities like this that will come, once a week or maybe even more, where the market that you're looking at may not be providing something, but the other market that you may be familiar with actually is. So just take that with a grain of salt, but also at the end of the day, like, we have to be able to pivot and see the things that we need to see.
Yeah, here's that kind of 45 area that we were talking about, seeing how this reacts here.
I think you're better off playing like the ends of the ranges, I guess, and then not trying to get stuck in the middle. And then if it breaks out of the range, then you just get out.
Alright, so we just ate through all those passive sellers there, and we're just going up. So we're back
there you go.
Top of OR on, we're through the top of OR on NQ, and we are just over the top of the OR on ES here. So, not bad. Coming right back up to test this daily fair value on ES. This 170 area is what I was looking for on ES. Over here, it's this 250 area that we tagged it. So I'll see if there's any reaction there. It's kind of this top of this range that we consolidated at our pre-market. So kind of see how that reacts there. This is at 618.707 from the open, or from overnight high to our low just after open. So seeing if anything happens there. Doesn't look like it though. It looks like this, especially if we break through 260, it'll just keep running. And almost made it to that first deviation down to this first deviation up. So there's, up to fair value high. ES is in a little bit different spot on the model, coming up to test that fair value. But fair value low to fair value.
What'd you say, Chris? Is that you, Chris? Who was it?
That was Tark, I think.
Oh, what's up, babe?
How are you?
You were talking.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to keep running on a pre-Fed announcement day, even though the news is fairly expected. Usually it likes to stretch the rubber band but come back towards like the VWAP or the POC before the news comes out.
It likes to just kind of find its equilibrium, I always say, right before news. Even we saw that yesterday. We went right back to first hour fair value. It doesn't want to do something extreme before that news. So it's like, yeah, this may be top of range right here. Could be.
100%.
I mean, that's where it's like, okay, yeah, we're above OR. You could say, yeah, long's above OR. It's not the day. It's just not the day for that. We do have VIX coming up here. See if that breaks up a little bit, but pretty even distribution on Bookmap right now too. Not to say that we don't go all the way up to this 300 area and test out overnight highs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it ran the full range, but I think that would be, to me, a high confidence short ahead of the news.
Correct. Yep, me too. As long as we're ahead of the news. And we're coming right to this daily fair value on ES. We'll see if it respects that or if this is where it gets slapped down a little bit. This short draw here, we're right at that 707 on NQ. ES, we're in the golden pocket. So I really want to see how this reacts. just on the 2-minute chart, but it's on the 200 and daily fair value. So I just want to see how that reacts on ES. I know I run my weekly anchored VWAP. We're coming right there on NQ. A lot of times I've noticed that's a magnet. All right, we're pushing up here. This should be interesting to see if we can make it to fair value high. It's only another 20 points up on NQ, and then that 318 area would be our overnight highs. So kind of interested to see if we can make it that far. We might. Definitely a little stronger on that push on NQ than ES over here. Just kind of tapped that daily fair value pretty much to the tick on ES. And coming down off of that, we break this 250 on NQ. We should see some more downside. It's got to break that 250 first though. So it'll be right about there. Break of that. And then it'll be 230 would be the next stop. So there's that break of 50. Got some buyers stepping in here. Retesting that 90 MA on ES. That would be just a little pullback for just a little baby fib on a 1 minute. Could be. Right back up. Next up would be about 300 here. If she can break, especially if ES can break. VIX just moving sideways. Oil with a little move. We're kind of at the top of this range that we had, you know, pre-market, one of these ranges. So top of that was 88. We do have profit taking and all of that coming up here in another half hour or so, typically.
Yeah, it seems impossible we'd break the short from the all-time highs with the news environment coming up.
You mean if we would like push through all-time highs?
No, break the short draw off of it.
Yeah.
We're halfway back now, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if we come over here and draw off this, like the hour, I believe I still have this one drawn up. Maybe I don't. Clean that up. I do not. Yeah. Right up to daily fair value high there. This is that 300 test.
I'd love to see it get stuck for long enough to move the POC.
Mm-hmm. And just move sideways and then come back kind of towards.
Come back to hourly fair value high before the news.
Uh-huh.
Would be a great move.
That would be beautiful if it does it. And that's similar to what happened yesterday. It just took time to do it.
What time is the news, guys?
2 p.m.
Oh, 2 p.m. Okay, thanks.
So we just swept our overnight highs right there. Just swept them. This is where I wouldn't be opposed to just trying a short with the sweep of those overnight highs. I'm going to hold off here, but typically we'll see some sort of a reaction off of that. ES didn't hit them.
Drew, check your message. Sorry.
Yeah, it works. JT. See if we get a little sell-off here off of the high. I'm coming back down to test daily fair value on ES. So really seeing if this holds here, holds the 9, holds daily fair value. Or, I mean, we did come back up and have this little retest here. So looking at that, we've got buyers stepping in. It's pretty even on Bookmap right here. It's not like we've got a lot of sellers stepping in.
We got the POC move though.
Did we? Just from that last wave?
Just jumped to 302 for me.
Okay, I haven't had it yet. Let me see. Yeah, I haven't had it yet. I'll trust you on it. I'm going to jump in with a short then. That's what I was waiting for, kind of. So stops are going to be just above high a day. It's 2 cons here. Market it in. Be looking for this to... I'd be looking for about this 50 area again. Take one off at 62, lock in 30 points. Yeah, mine's close to shifting, but it just hadn't done it yet. It's right there. Yours was at what again? 302?
Yeah, basically 302.
Yeah, that's where it should be. It's really close for me. Just hadn't done it yet. Different data feeds probably. Yes, that is just a halfway back. That move. Same on NQ. Break this 21 should be good. we've got some buyers sitting at 75. Break through that, we should see 50. At that daily fair value point of control here on ES, see if she can break that back down. That was our halfway back test on NQ.
Don't like that.
I was just gonna say I don't like that. So we just get a double top. If it's just a double top, I like it. You got sellers sitting at 317. 320 area. You see this breakthrough 82. Then there's room down. Really, I'd like to see kind of this 200 get tagged in at 35. I'm just going to say 44 is like the ultimate target on this one right here. Even 50. But we got to see this thing break here. Break this 80. If we break above 20, it's definitely invalidated. We got VIX climbing too. I'd like to see this get back under the 300s. Ideally, we could see the move all the way back down to this kind of like this 220 area and just trail a runner. But like I said, I'm really looking for this 244 area. But we'll be trailing about every 20 points after we get this first one off. Still looking for it to break this 80. Should have a nice move if we break 80. Take this first one at 67. don't want much, just 100 points, please. How about we go back to the bottom of the range? Let's do that.
Yeah, I really don't think 225 prior to the 2 p.m. time slot is out of the question at all.
No, I don't think 225 is out of the question. Do we get down to 125? I doubt it. I would like that right now. I mean,
I don't think we're gonna push through the range.
No, I don't think so.
Before that time.
I think we could test it. I mean, realistically, like, we could come down to 225. That's really, you know, and on ES, I'd be looking at like this 160 area, 155, 160. But no, if this can hit this 265 and we can get a runner, we hit 265, I'll be dragging this to break even on the runner, and I'm looking for this 44. And if it gets more than 44, beautiful. And it, you know, if the runner gets stopped every 20 points, that's still fine. Again, it's this 80 level. We just have to break this 80 level, and we'll see this move. And really, it's about 77 at this point. 80 and then 77. We're just not giving it up. On the sell, I mean, 310 and 317 we got sellers just sitting up there. So, you know, makes sense. A little bit before the high day and at the high day.
Is not ideally suited to my patience level, I'll admit.
No. Minutes. It is giving it time to definitely get the POC moved up here, that's for sure. We are below the POC and daily fair value on ES. I like that. Only thing I'm not loving is if we break through 17, this thing's just going to rocket. Potentially, as the way this is sitting here, but should go take the dogs out. That'll make it happen. Oh, that always does it.
concern is if we sit here too long, this becomes the level to return to before the news.
Yes, 100%. I mean, on ES it is right at daily fair value. That's that's where we are. Let's see it. You gotta see us break that 80. It's still that level. If we can do that, we'll be good.
These guys have to run out of bullets eventually.
Right? Come on, guys.
VIX pushing just a hair higher on this one.
VIX, break out of your range. We got ads going down, banks going down. Oil's going up. What are we doing here? You got ES breaking that point of control, coming down to the top of its OR. Coming into our 11 o'clock candle and profit taking. A ton of volume sitting at 27,350 now. I don't love that.
Just push through with this.
It looks good on ES. Break this 90 and then 80 and we'll be good. This is testing patience, isn't it? This is crazy. Here's VIX. VIX is still going.
I mean, even if they want to rip it, going ES back to 160 or so would be the pullback from the low, which would be a reasonable thing to do with the news coming up before you commit to tearing everyone's face off. Just want to clean up everybody's stops before they do it.
Not loving it.
No, it's getting less compelling the longer it does this. I'm not a card pattern guy either, but I don't like what it's doing.
No, if this breaks back below 300, it could be good, but I don't like what it's doing. I like what ES is doing. ES would have been the play. Honestly, the way that's looking, like ES is so much nicer right now.
I feel like it's impossible they want to diverge given the news day that this is.
There you go. Just go. Maybe 200 points for all that pain and suffering that we just sat through. That would be fair. Ugh, come on, break that 80. If I cut this right now, that's the one that's going to go 200 points. We got sellers at 305 again. Like, this looks good once it starts to go. Like, this should go quick once it starts. Once we break this 80. The problem is we've had ES moving, front running this move, you know, and so it's like, well, if ES catches itself, you know, at the halfway back, that's going to limit our move on in Q. VIX just hit 20, so we're right at today's high on VIX. We got bank and ad going down. So every indicator is saying down, but we got to break this 280. We're coming into that kind of profit taking time also. A lot of times that likes to move back towards first hour fair value. We've already taken out the overnight highs. If anything, you know, I'd be looking for that long draw, you know, even if we did it off of this last wave, which I would like to anchor it from the bottom, but even if we did that, which would be less aggressive, that would put us at that 47 area, which is kind of where I'm looking, which is that halfway back. If we drew this up from the bottom to here, that would put us down to this 219, which would be top of OR. That would be beautiful. The problem is ES is front running right now, and ES is coming right to its halfway back and into the OR. But if ES crashes through OR, that could really, really help us out here too. So, all right, there's the test of that 80 again. Let's see if she can push through. If we wanted to, we could de-risk, take our 10 points, put the stop at 10 points. It would be playing that range basically. Another green candle VIX.
a while since I had to sit on my hands for this long.
Are you in it?
Yeah, I'm 2 minis short.
Okay. I like the enthusiasm. I like
150k E value. Kind of have to be
somewhat aggressive with it. Yeah. Come on.
That 247 level is also at the top of a fair value gap on the 15-minute.
Okay. Yeah, this is a solid play. Like, I like this. Like, everything's lining up. It's just taking so damn long. 60 is the next stop down if we get it, now that we've kind of eaten up this 80. Let's see if we can get there. Give us that little push.
Yeah, the challenge with ES front running is it has now retraced its long draw.
Yeah, and that's like, well, if ES catches itself here, that's gonna just drive us up into new highs. That's what I don't love.
Or back to that 302 POC before the news instead of down to the original.
But if ES can give up or go back to the bottom of its OR, or even do this 618 retrace, brutal here. Keep in mind also on ES, this is on the 1 hour chart. We came right up to that halfway back, just past it. Next leg down is down towards that 200 on the 1 hour, down to 71.27.
I like that. Do that.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of good things I like about this play, but it's taking so damn long. We're just having to be patient with it. Okay, 70s. Okay, 70, 60, 50. That's what we're looking for here. I'm going to take one at 70. I'm going to move this to 74, just looking at Bookmap here. That'll give us just under 20 points. That'll allow us to put this at 310, maybe a little bit more, and not give much back. There we go. I'm going to get rid of this order here, and we'll see if this thing can walk down to 250. So this will be risk free at this point. Could move stops to break even and have it guaranteed locked in profit also. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I took one off at 71 and break even. So
okay. Yeah.
This is a 100% killer win in my book at this point.
Yeah. I love this. I just don't love that ES where this is on its draw. Like, everything else about this, I like. So let's see us break 60 and then 50. We're up 35 points on that. Let's drag this guy up to 80, or I should say down to 80, down to 77. That'll lock in 10. Again, looking for this 44 here. So I'm going to drag down here to 68. We're coming right to that golden pocket on ES, so I want to trail somewhat aggressively here, and we'll lock in some of this. So about every 10 or 15 points I'm trailing. There's buyers at 50 if it breaks 50. There's more room down, and we like that.
That's my target amount.
Good. All right, there's that 44 that I was talking about. So drag this down to 60. Just trailing every 10. This is that target. So, you know, get what we can get if we can get more, but that's that target. That took forever. Also, that's the bottom of the OR on ES. On this fib draw from the shorter time frame, that's exactly our halfway back. So that's how I was getting that 44 target. It's right at that 200. So
that was tough to just sit there and wait.
that was brutal, man.
I mean, I was green like 30, 40, 50 ticks like 3 different times with 2 minis, and then went back the other way.
And that's a huge amount. Like, I mean, at least for what I'm used to looking at, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's a big, like, good job, man. That's awesome.
I like when we can talk it out and it just does what it's supposed to do.
Well, that's what I like about, like, doing this live and stuff. You just talk things out, like, and it helps you be a little more patient. It's like, you know, we were looking at VIX and everything. It's like, this is working. This is a short time and time again. Sitting by yourself through 30 minutes can mess with you. Messes with me.
It's an incredibly reliable play on Fed days. Is like the 10:30 reversal back to where the volume was. They just don't like to overextend until they get official word on the news and hear the comments.
I'm trailing every 10 here. So, no, exactly. Just give me 200 points for that, please. With no pullback. Oh my god, there we go.
225.
There it is. Okay. That was what we're really looking for right there. Top of OR, daily POC. Let's keep this thing going. Oops.
Not quite enough courage to just sit on the 2 minis all the way to my original read,
No.
but oh well.
That's okay. And we're out. Done. Nice. Let me close these guys out on the top steps because those are different. And my Forex account. We'll close this out. On Forex too. Dink dink. Perfect. Alright, and then my TPT. I was trying the cheaper version of TradeSyncer, and I didn't realize how few connections you could have. So I'm managing a couple things all at
Just 2.
I know. I'm like, okay, we are upgrading this again because this doesn't work for me. And then I'm looking at getting a bunch of Apexes also, just to, like, literally, I am trading 1 micro at a time on them. And if it takes me 3 months to get a payout, it takes me 3 months to get a payout. But I will be trading 1 micro, similar to what I do with, like, my live account. And it will work very well. Hopefully it pays. I have my wedding reception in July, and that is expensive. And I'm like, okay, we need to pay for this somehow. So that's my plan to pay for it, is just 1 micro. Like 10, 20 Apexes. I think I'll just do 10. That should be more than enough. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I'm gonna call it here. I'm happy with that. That was the move we were looking for. Honestly, if it continues down, that'd be beautiful, but I don't think it will. We'll probably chop around here. Yeah, Jared, weddings are criminally expensive. Yeah. And we're doing almost everything. So I got married last December, so this is just the reception, and we're doing almost everything. Well, we're not doing food, but the first place we looked at catering, they wanted like 12 grand, and I'm like, that's insane. Like, it's catering. They do all, like, the table service. They got people coming and helping and stuff, but, like, damn. And that was only for 200 people, and like, we've invited like 300 some. So I found another place, and I'm negotiating with them right now, and it's a lot better so far. We'll see. But they don't do all of the like serving and all that. They just kind of do like the food. They serve the food, but they don't like come around to tables. So I actually go to the diner every weekend, and I was like, hey guys, do you want to well, I asked them if they had anybody that would be interested in doing like bussing tables and stuff, and it's the owners, and they're like, oh, we do weddings it's her and her daughter and stuff, they do weddings all the time. And so I'm like, okay, we'll just subcontract it out to you. I've got a lot of friends who are bartenders, so they're gonna do shifts. I'm gonna pay them, and because we're doing an open bar, I don't even want to know what that's gonna cost if the food's that much. But yeah, so Apex hopefully will pay for that. That's my goal. So I gotta have that by July, so I'll have a couple months. Yeah, 1 micro a day, and then if we just take a setup like this a day, that's all you need. Like you pass I'll probably pass the evals a little more aggressively, with like 2 or 3 micros, not aggressive at all, and then I'll be doing 1 micro a day till we hit that $3,000, and then that should be about a $15,000 payout on 10 accounts. I believe. I'll have to double check on that, but yeah, that's doable. That's super doable. So. But yeah, here's that little bounce right off the top of OR, right off of that point of control. Kind of saw, I don't want to say saw that coming, but
yeah, and the POC on the way down.
Yeah, saw that coming. So we trimmed out, right there at 32. It went all the way to 20. That's okay. Missed 10 points. That's beautiful. A lot of times when I'm trailing, it's 20 points. So we'll take the 10. Other than that, anything anybody wants to go over real quick? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna go take the dogs out for a walk or something and clear my head. Ended up down just a little bit today after those paper cuts, so about $40 some an account. So if there is something a little later, I am gonna probably take it, get my 20 points, and we'll be break even there. Did that the other day, and just you gotta wait it out, but find something really good, take it with 1 micro. So just kind of how that ended up with getting stopped out here, even though that did kind of work. We got top ticked out, but that's okay. You gotta have risk management. So all right, guys, anything else? Otherwise, shoot me a message on here if you need something, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you're trading Fed, stay safe. It's not the time to play with fire, at least for me. So it's been the biggest wins and biggest losses I've ever had. All right, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Hey, thank you. Good one today. I like that, Tark.
Yeah.
So thanks for talking it through. Yeah. Yeah, I liked your sizing. I miss that sometimes.
Well, I'll miss it too if I ever pass an eval.
No, you'll get it. All right, guys. Thank you.
Another eval, I should say.
Yeah. All right. Have a great one, guys. We'll catch you later. Thank you.
See ya.